Hello, everybody. Welcome to AD's Anglo English Academy. Now, this is a video for my beginners and for my intermediates out there. So if you're in an upper intermediate or an advanced level, you can well always swipe this, move on. If you're a beginner or an intermediate, stop making these two mistakes, which is probably deviating you or which is probably making you lose interest in language learning entirely. The first thing is extreme focus on accents. Accents are fun. Don't get me wrong. Every language has its own, multitude of accents out there, and it's always fun to play with. It's always fun to experiment with these accents. But if you're a beginner and right at the get-go, you just start focusing too much on the accents, it will easily make you neglect the most important thing in communication, which is getting your ideas across to the other person. You focus too much on the accents, and I see people using very thick accents and roll their tongues and speak when they did not get their basics, which is the grammar and the pronunciation. All of that is wrong, and you simply have the accents out there. It's going to make not just you feel bad, but the other person lose interest in what they want to listen to. So that's the first thing. Please stop focusing on your accents right now, at least for now. Later, when you reach a level where you're comfortable with the language, then you can start experimenting with accents and go forward with it. The only thing when it comes to accents that you have to keep in mind is that it is not influenced by your mother tongue. Say, for example, if you're a Malayali, you might have the influence of your language where the pronunciation of O's are different in Malayalam. But the pronunciation of, in Tamil, we have a very different structure entirely. So you tend to apply it to your pronunciations here as well. Now, the second thing is do not go for the big, scary, advanced words right now. Improving your vocabulary is very, very important in terms of language learning. And it is important that you know the meanings of these words as well. Because when you look into a document, when you look into a newspaper, when you are just randomly discussing things with people, you need to know what they're talking about. And so the words are important. But if you are a beginner or an intermediate and you try to force feed yourself with all these bulk lists of vocabularies, try to mug them up or try to by heart them and then throw it out in every single gap that you find, you're going to lose the efficiency of the vocabulary. Okay, because language is not just about using random vocabularies, but you should also learn how to use them effectively in places which is appreciable. And there are so many different factors when it comes to communication. So you have to learn if that particular vocabulary is acceptable or not. So for people who are asking me or who have this question that, then how will I improve my language? First thing I would ask you is, how effectively are you using your basic existing vocabulary to its fullest potential? And if you say that I already have mastered that, then go forward, be well on your way to learn language, to learn different vocabularies. But if you're not, if you have no as your answer there, then you should start focusing on first improving that space, and then moving on to the advanced ones. So that's about it. These are the two most important things. And yes, one more thing is, this is not a mistake, I would say, but a very big misconception that I see a lot of ads which says 15 minutes of English a day is enough. 15 minutes of learning anything as a beginner or an intermediate won't be enough. Spend at least 45 to 50 minutes a day, at least an hour. Please make sure that you do that, because just 15 minutes, you're either going to learn only one or two phrases and how to say them. You're not going to use the vocabulary or the phrases effectively in your own way. Because for me, if you ask me, language is all about how you're able to adapt your personality to the language. That's very, very important for me. That's what brings out the uniqueness. That's what brings out the magical touch when you speak a language. So that's what we even call as mastering a language, when you give that personal touch to it. So that you wouldn't be able to do if you're just spending 15 minutes a day. Come on, you have 24 hours. You're not going to spend all that time. Just spend 1 hour at least. And you'll see the improvement. Okay? That's about it. Have a good day. And if you have any concerns or any other doubts in terms of communication or language learning specifically, then please do put that down in the comment section. I will try to address them as much as possible. Good day.